Hey guys, happy Sunday. Okay, so it's Sunday afternoon and I decided to make this video with my kids inside. I told them give me 20 minutes, so it's not going to be a long video. But one of the things that are going around the internet that I have seen a couple of times from various people, and they seem to pretty much be connected to each other, is false information or misleading information about what a Denny Motion is. And what's happening is people are coming into groups or even on Reddit and they're giving us information about what a Denny Motion is based on some of these videos, and it's completely not true, or they misunderstood what was actually an illegal motion. And as my friends, because you guys are all my friends, not my fans. I mean, who am I? I'm just a single mom. But I do look at you guys as all my friends. So as my friend, I'm going to explain it to you as easiest as possible. Okay, so now you understand Wisconsin law. Wisconsin law states that you are not allowed to point a finger at somebody else, which is third-party liability, point a finger at somebody else unless you have solid evidence that and motive, and there's like different criterias that you have to meet in order to make, point a finger at them. Now, I know in this case it heats everyone up, but really if you think about it, it makes perfect sense, because otherwise every single murderer would get off, because all a defense team would have to do is say, well, I think Carrie did it and he did it because, because he wanted to. It's going to confuse the jury, and Wisconsin is very big on not confusing the jury. They want their lawyers to represent their clients as if they were speaking to a judge, as if a judge was making the decision. Because a jury trial, juries are based on emotion. A lot of them are. They don't know the law. They're not lawyers. They never studied law. They don't know the law. So because of that, when a jury's making a decision on a case, they have to be the ones to really understand, and it's either guilty or not guilty. It's not guilty, maybe he did it. That's what we're all internet detectives are for. But seriously though, it's not he did it, he didn't do it, well maybe she did it, maybe they did it, maybe this one did it. You can't do that, because most juries, I hate to say it, but most juries aren't smart enough to piece stuff together like that. So because of that, Wisconsin came up with Denny motions. Now, a Denny motion is standard practice in every single Wisconsin law murder case. You can look at it, you can look it up, you can look up any case out there. It's Denny motion. It all stems from a guy named Denny, a murder case named Denny. I think it's state of Wisconsin versus Denny. Now, what the Denny motion was misled was that Wisconsin, Avery's defense team wasn't allowed to present evidence and it was Kratz's fault and blah, blah, blah. Look, I don't think anybody out there hates Kratz as much as I do. I mean, I mention him in every damn video. But the truth of the matter is, he is a prosecutor and he was doing his fucking job. There is nothing wrong with what he did. It was standard Wisconsin practice. And if you understand the way Wisconsin law works, the Denny motion means absolutely nothing. And people out there in the videos are putting a scare into people and making people hate Kratz for it. Look, there's no reason to hate him for it. He's doing his job. And the reason why the judge accepted it was because it's standard Wisconsin law. So I have two ways that I'm going to explain exactly what the Denny motion is. One is a very educated, articulate way that comes from Carrie from the group Making a Murderer Theories and Discussions. But here's her way to put it. And she says, let me pull it up. Bear with me a moment. As you know, I lost my phone. Okay. So, all right. All it means is that it doesn't allow a third-party liability unless certain criteria met. Now, that criteria is motive, opportunity, and a direct connection to the crime. In this case, the criteria fell short on what was motive, and that is why it would not allow any third party to be named. This was a decision by Judge Willis. Now, this decision, again, is in accordance with Wisconsin law. So nobody can expect the judge to say, oh, okay, well, let me go ahead and allow it just because. No, he doesn't allow it anywhere. No judge is going to allow it. there's a lot of things to me that point that the defense didn't do and could have done. And because they didn't do it, now the, people are saying, oh, it's because of the Denny Motion that they didn't do it. No, honestly, it was their fuck up. They could have done a lot more and didn't. Has nothing to do with other people. And I know I said I was going to explain this easily. Here's the whole situation in layman's terms. If I want to say that this handprint is not mine, let's say I want to do forensic testing, and if forensic testing turns out that the handprint's not mine, I can say that. I'm allowed to go into court and say, we found another handprint that's not yours. Okay? What I can't say is we found another handprint that belongs to Johnny, and I think he should be the one that you need to test. That is what goes against it. Now, if you said that you believe, and nobody's going to really do this, but you believe that Kratz is the murderer, he had the motive, he had the ambition, he had the drive, and he was seen at that time, guess what? Now you can present that. Granted, no defense attorney is going to do that when that's the prosecutor, but it can be done. And that's something that I just needed to clear up. And if anybody has any questions, you can always leave them in the comments. I try to answer everybody's comments. So, again, just to reiterate, a Denny Motion does not stop a defense team from presenting evidence. Not at all. It does not stop a defense team from getting forensic testing or anything else. That's the laziness of the defense team. Or they actually kind of believe the guy's guilty, so they do the minimum. Now, in this case, and I know I'm like rambling, but it's Sunday. I told my kids, give me a certain amount of time. But in this particular case, Avery case, I don't know if the defense team really believed that he was so innocent. So that may be where they, the angle they took. However, what they did do, and I still will never understand how the jury did not see this, they presented enough reasonable doubt that they should have never been convicted. They had enough. I know they were paid, I think Budding said it was like $180,000 they were paid for this case, but it was a huge case. It was a lot of evidence. A defense team is not there to present all the evidence. A defense team is only there to present evidence that will show reasonable doubt. So, and they did do that. They did their job. They didn't need to go a step further because they knew that, they were being held by this Denny, and then it would have taken that much more an investigation for them to do it. Now, there are so many things in this case that were allowed that I will never understand, but I'm going to get to those in another video. But that's it for today. And I just wanted to clear up the Denny Motion because, again, there's so much false information. And if you still don't really understand it for some reason, I'm going to give you a great example. One of the things that somebody said to me last night in a group was about if it's standard practice, then why does he need to file it if it's so standard? And I understood what he was saying. And really the way I addressed him was that it's kind of like child support. If two people get divorced, I'm going to use mom and dad, for example, just for argument's sake. Mom has kids, dad leaves. It's standard practice and really by law that dad is going to have to pay child support for those kids. But in order for mom to get that child support, she would still need to walk into a courtroom and file a motion to get a court hearing, and to get that child support going, she still has to file a motion. It's no different with this case and no different than what Kratz did. So again, as much as I fucking hate Kratz, think he's the biggest piece of shit ever, I can't blame him for this. He was doing his job, and call the facts the facts. All right. So now it's Sunday, and I am going to go get my kids, head out to the store, do some shopping, and guys, have a wonderful day. Peace out, and that's it.